Hello there, herbal community. We are the organizing committee behind the Vancouver Island Herb Gathering, the Kootenay Herb Gathering, and the online Canadian Herbal Conference. And we're excited to share with you a little bit about why herb gatherings matter and how we want to make an impact with herbal medicine. So first off, my name is Yarrow Willard, and these are my cohorts.
I'm Colleen Emery.
I'm Chanchal Cabrera.
I'm Holly Phillips.
And we want to just ask, or I want to ask you all, why do herb gatherings matter?
Why do herb gatherings matter? Great question, Yarrow. Thank you. I think that herb gatherings so matter because often, my experience anyway, my personal experience is that herbalists often work alone. We often work in real solitude with nature. We're not really connecting with other humans a whole lot, especially other humans that speak our herbal language. And I know that when I come to herbal gatherings, I'm collecting with other individuals that understand the path I'm walking. And that to me is so enriching to have that commonality with other people. That's the number one reason that I organize gatherings and conferences and invite people to attend, because then you can collect with your people, speak the common language, and really connect in nature together. It's a wonderful vibe.
And there, I thought it was all about the great parties that we throw, because we definitely celebrate when we get together. We have a lot of learning and a lot of fun.
I think community really matters. And I think that we're involved in a world that right now is a little bit rocky in places, it seems like. And I think when we gather together in community, there's power there. And so when we get together in community, we're connected to other plant people and plant folk. There's a lot of power that that community can do, and we can move together and we can do really great things in the world. And that's why I put a lot of time and effort and energy into organizing conferences.
Absolutely. All of us feel really passionate about this whole movement of herbal medicine, and coming together as community is one of the most impactful ways we can do that. I know my very first time I went to a herb gathering, I was blown away by all the weird witches in the woods and wizards in the herbs that were learning and sharing and connecting together. So I think that was the original passion that I brought into wanting to do this. And so we're excited about this movement. There are more and more herb gatherings happening all over the place all the time. And that is really exciting. So this year we actually have two here in Western Canada we wanted to kind of share about, because this herbal community is diverse and growing, and these are quite unique and they're different. So Wild Rose College is having its 50th anniversary. So they're throwing a herb gathering in Alberta in the Kananaskis, June 6th through the 8th. This is a wonderful space with lots of different, very much a traditional herb gathering, herb walks and all of that kind of thing. And then we're doing a celebration there as well. And the Kootenays, we're having a herb gathering on, in the Kootenays, we're having our herb gathering on June 27th through the 30th. And this is going to be a little bit more of an intimate container, quite a bit different, longer form classes. We've got intensives on the end, which is pretty exciting about. We've got some great herbalists coming. We're very excited about where our gathering is in the Kootenays this year. It's a special place, and Colleen is going to share a bit more about why we've chosen that with intentionality.
Thanks, Yarrow. Yes, this is a very special land that we're going to be gathering on this year. It's in the Valley, which is just south of me. I'm currently living in Winlaw, which is a very small, off-grid-ish little village in the Slocan Valley. We live in an inland temperate rainforest located on the unceded ancestral homeland of the Sinixt people. It is a super unique landscape here. The flora and fauna is indicative of both the coastal sort of Pacific Northwest as well as the inland sort of interior BC landscape. So it's a dynamic place for herbalists to come. The community here in the Slocan Valley is a lot of back to the landers, a lot of people working in that do-it-yourself sort of container of living off grid in every sense of that, and really self-actualizing in that connection to land. So we're very lucky to be able to be hosting our beautiful gathering at the Valken Hole Community Center, a truly community-led facility where community meets for all kinds of art and community and agricultural-based sort of learning opportunities. It's a beautiful timber frame building tucked away in this unique forest landscape close to the river. Really, really quite beautiful. Keeping in mind, of course, that the Slocan Valley is one of those unique places where there is no cell coverage, no cell phone towers around us. We're not going to have any Wi-Fi. We're truly off the grid. When you come, you can unplug, you can connect in, and just really enjoy your community together. And really keep in mind, we've changed the way in which we're gathering this time. If you've been to our gatherings before, you know that it's often you're faced with choosing between 4 or 5 different classes at each time slot. Things move pretty quickly. It's really fun. Often, you leave a little bit, with so much information, and how to integrate that can be a little bit overwhelming. We're reducing the overwhelm this time. We really want you to come, immerse in, and realize that you can slow down, you can connect, you can take your shoes off, you can walk through the grass, you can feel the ground, you can hear the birds. It's going to be a beautiful time of the early summer in the Slocan Valley, where the skies are nice and blue and it's nice and warm out. You can take a dip in the river. It's going to be a really fun time. Really beautiful land.
It's amazing. I can't wait. I'm so excited to come to the Kootenays. And as we do these gatherings, something that has really emerged in us is that we're a not-for-profit. We actually don't do this to make money. We do this because we love herbal medicine. And Chanchelle really stirred up a lot around this and has been helping us kind of hold that space. And tell us a bit more about how that is and why we do that.
Yeah, thank you, Yarrow. It is a not-for-profit venture that we're running here. What that means is not that we don't make money, but that we don't make money for ourselves. So the Canadian Herbalist Conference and the Kootenay Herb Gathering and the Vancouver Island Herb Gathering, which are all sort of sister events, we have now, over the last several years, raised almost $70,000 to give to herbalists associations and environmental groups across the country in the communities that we're gathering in. Yes, in British Columbia, but also right across Canada. We've been supporting herbalist associations to build their capacity to offer more herbal medicine back into their communities. Most recently, in 2024, we were able to gift $1,500 to the Wache Friendship Center in Kootenay in the Comox Valley, and they used that funding specifically for running a youth drum making program and plant identification classes to take young folks out into the woods and into the river to look at the plants around them and get more familiar with their plant community and plant allies. Those funds also went towards supporting a local family for some medical needs that they had. Additionally, we do support our herbal community through scholarships and work trade programs. So we work very hard to make our events accessible to everybody. And again, this is a not-for-profit. We run under an organization called Gardens Without Borders, which is a federally registered not-for-profit, meaning we do have to make annual reporting and documentation of our work so that we're all on the up and up. And we welcome all of you to help us to help other herbalists across Canada.
So not only is this work meaningful to us, it's making a big impact in the world of herbal medicine. And that is the goal. That is the goal. Holly, what do we have to expect this year?
Hey, we got lots of good things happening. This year, we changed the way that we did ticketing a little bit. So we chose not to offer an early bird discount, how we've done in the past. So usually we will offer an early bird discount, and then after that time, the ticket price will go up by $100 this year. In order to make the gathering more accessible and more inclusive to everybody, we decided just to set the ticket price at $247 for all across the board. Now, that being said, don't sleep on getting a ticket, because the Vatican Hole is a cozy space and it's nestled in the Slocan Valley and it's an intimate type of setting. So with that, we don't have as much space as we typically do. So we have a limited number of tickets. So if you've been holding off getting your ticket, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I'll also say that because it's a limited space and it's a cozy environment, we really want to make sure that those of you who want to be there are intentionally setting this. We've set it so it's just after kids get out of school, June 27th through the 30th, meaning that you can bring your kids. We do have a kids program. We have a really awesome kids program this year that actually will take them offsite to another location, which feels really special and well held. They got, good stuff going on there. And we want to invite this as an opportunity to get the whole family out to the Kootenays in this really special, magical place. So hopefully that's you. And if it's not, think about just coming yourselves and joining us. So, my friends, Something that I would love to ask is what, like Chanchel kind of touched on it. She likes the party at the end of on a Saturday night. But you know, when it comes to herb gathering, we've talked about what matters a little bit, but what are some of the like most exciting moments you've had being in these conferences?
Well, for me, for sure, the work I do on a daily basis within the herbal sort of community, if you will, is within the clinical environment. So I'm working in clinic, I'm helping people with their health, and I'm teaching other student herbalists how to work as a clinician as well. And so a lot of theory, there's a lot of theory taught. And what happens at the herbal gatherings is the idea of the application, where you start to see people come and share what's been going on for them within their practices. So we have people who've practiced herbal medicine in a clinical environment for decades come and share their wealth of knowledge. And when people in that zone start talking about what they know and what they've learned from their patients, from their clients, you take your pen out and you start taking notes, because this is the juice. This is where you start to really learn about true herbal medicine in the field, in the actual environment. This year, I'm so excited because we have Seven Song coming, and Seven Song has been in practice in sort of all different kinds of ways for so many decades. And he's going to share all about his practice with us. And I'll be actively learning in that zone. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about him coming. He's one of my favorite herbal heroes too. What about you, Chanchel? Other than the dance and the party, which I know is awesome, we get to boogie, shake some tail feathers. What?
Party, don't we? We always have a
Yeah.
great party. I mean, I think for me, a lot of it is because those of us who are clinicians, we're pretty head down in the weeds, so to speak, dealing with clinical care on a daily basis. For me, it's very heartwarming to lift my head and look around and see how many other ways there are to approach the herbs. That yes, clinical practice is wonderful and rewarding, but there's so many other ways of being a herbalist and relating to herbs and communicating with herbs. And for me, the conferences and the gatherings that we have are an opportunity to shake off all the dust of the books and actually get out there with the plants and with other plant lovers, and just being in that energy field, I guess I would say, about between the energy field between the plants and the people that love plants. There's something very magical in there that is fulfilling for me, that juices me up to be able to come back into my clinic and get my head down in the books with the patients in the clinical care. It's brought into real life when you actually meet the plants as well.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. There's definitely an afterglow of like,
Yeah.
oh, I've been to a herb gathering. What about you, Ollie? What gets you excited about gatherings like this?
You know what, I really reflect on like when I went for the first time in 2018. I'm kind of a little newer to herb gatherings than other people maybe on my team, but for me, like, I remember just thinking it was a full-bodied yes. I wasn't sure I was a herbalist. I didn't know if I was a plant person at all, but there was just something about it that drew me. So if clinical seems too far away at the moment where you're at, I think it's still a really good place to come to and to connect with fellow people who are interested in nature and interested in plants and learning more about medicinal and edible plants in your area. It can be really relevant for you as well. So don't feel like you have to be someone who's like, hardcore into studying herbal clinician at this point. You can just be someone who's interested to and come from that. And I think so when I first came, I felt a little bit like, whoa, what's clinical herbalism? But when I actually sat in the groups, in the workshops, and had food and meals with these people, they're really interesting people and well thought, smart people, but also I found that there was a camaraderie there in the homesteading and in some of the other things that I was doing. So I think sometimes if you feel the call to come and see what it's all about.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. A lot of people who I've talked to are like, I don't know if I want to go to the herb gathering. I'm not really a herbalist. And there's a little bit of imposter syndrome that can come up around that. Like, I don't know anything about herbs, but something my father always said was the planet grows herbalists. And actually, some of them are just homegrown at herb gatherings. And I found that a lot of people who weren't necessarily into herbal medicine to begin with got a lot out of these gatherings. And really, it's like scratching that itch and going a little further and starting to follow the golden thread. So yeah, you bring up a really, what I think is important thing about these gatherings is it gives us an opportunity to sort of see what this is all about and connect with people that might resonate, whether we're into permaculture or we're into even just astrology. You might find, wow, there's actually a resonance with herbal medicine. I think for
I'm-
me, the thing, oh, go ahead, or
yeah.
Colleen, sorry.
Well, one of the things I was just going to say about the land that we're joining on is that the Slocan Valley is renowned for its herbalists. You know, when I moved here from Alberta many years ago, one thing that I really came to know was that everyone has a language of herbs here. Everyone works with the land in some capacity, and really, no matter who they are, they're a herbalist in their heart. They have that connection to the landscape, and that's what's so unique about this environment that we're coming to this summer, is that it is so rich and lush and full of resourcing and resources for us that it can bring out that inner herbalist quite quickly. And so if you're herb curious, this is a really good place to come and open up that idea of curiosity. You'll be well welcomed.
Yeah, it's a really gentle container. I know every time I step into the Kootenays, my heart opens to the plants there. It's just really beautiful. So I'm that in itself is enough reason just to like, oh, feel it. What I was going to say though is that one of my favorite things about the herb gatherings is always the blanket market and or the various herbal craziness that people vision out and bring into the world, and just sort of seeing all the nuance of different people's, both the vendor marketplace and any kind of blanket market. I think it's always really exciting to me to see what are people doing. It's always really innovative and different and really unique, quite a bit different from like a trade show environment around health where it's like a lot of gluten-free donuts and soy bacon. We have much more of this like beautiful connection to like someone's heart as a primary organ of perception and how they relate to this planet and what they're offering. And that just feels really juicy for me. And so I really like seeing that. That's one of my favorite parts. Well, so we've got our little herb gathering community starting to form. We've got a lot of tickets already kind of getting purchased. We don't want you to sleep on it, as Holly had mentioned. So really just make sure that you connect in, check out the website at herbconference.com. Make sure that you are tuning in and looking at the list of teachers and all of the offerings that we have with that, as well as our online community. What else do you guys want to share about this event in particular?
We could share about the logistics of coming to the Slocan Valley a little bit. It is a little bit off the beaten track. So just know that if you are coming in from a further away and you're going to fly in, there's a number of ways to get here, and you can find that on the Herb Conference website. We've done up a little bit of planning your travel sort of page for you to check out all of the different ways to get here, and know that it takes a little bit longer in the Slocan Valley in general. So if you're coming in, know that if Google is telling you it's 40 minutes, plan for 50. You know, the roads are windy, they're mountain roads. We're in the mountains, so plan your gear, so to speak, that way as well. It could be really hot, but it also could be really chilly and raining because it is mountain country after all. So, and know again that we're not in cell range. So once you hit what's called the junction, or up in Slocan, just north of us, you're going to be out of cell range. So after that, you're using regular maps that are on paper and finding your way that way. So plan your trip wisely, get organized before you get here. Don't depend on your phone. So once
Screenshots.
yeah, screenshots are the best thing. Once you're in the valley, you know, people are really friendly here. So if you do get lost, just pull over, ask your neighbor how to get there. You'll find your way. We'll have signs up too.
Yeah, and this is a mostly camping event. There's a great campsite, and it's off-site though. That's something to note. And there's a few places you can still rent in the area, but do plan for camping. I think most of us will be planning for that.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful campground called Caribou Park that we're so lucky that Chris and Brian have given us a little bit of a discount for our participants to go and stay there. Again, it's right by the river. It's in a big old cedar forest. It is a gorgeous campground that's been around for several decades. Lovely, right in the heart of Winlaw. It's a 10-minute drive down to the site of the gathering, so it's not too far away for you to get there. And if needed, we have lots of carpooling that we can help you along the way. If you're coming along and you need a ride to the gathering, we'll be able to help you out with that as well.
And maybe something to think about is planning for your food before and after the gathering. There is some places you can get food. We do have an amazing meal plan set up at the gathering, and that I'm excited about. Jen has been great. We're really excited about some of the local food that is being produced for us. So we'll eat well. I'll just tell you that. We'll eat
Yeah.
well, but on your way there and your way after, you may want to have a little bit of yeah, food prep thought about. Chanchel, I'm curious what you think about. We have two intensives that are happening. And which one are you going to go on? And maybe tell us a little bit about them.
That's not a fair question. I want to do both. And at the Kootenay Herb Gathering last time, I was unable to go on the mountain walk because we were doing our debrief and our site breakdown and all the back end stuff that our participants don't see. And I missed that wonderful alpine herb walk. So I really want to go on the mountain walk this year. But I suspect we'll be doing our site breakdown and our debriefing. But I have to say that 7 Songs Intensive is so important, so important right now in this day and age. Learning better self-reliance, self-care, how to help your community in times of trouble, how to use the plants that are growing right under your feet, not all the fancy exotic imported stuff, but what is right around you right now for immediate health care. That is so critically important. I think I need, oh, it's very helpful. I'm a double Gemini. There's 4 of me. I could go to 4 different classes. Oh, that's great. I'll do them all.
That's how you plan all these herb gatherings. Yeah, that's a really tough one too. So between those, I'm with you on that. I want to do both. I've always wanted to study with Seven Song more. If you're somebody who wants to do street clinic or first aid or emergency care, working with plant medicine, oh, he is the person to learn from. So I don't sleep on that one. And if you are even just somebody who is seeing this video and you're in the Kootenays and you can't make it for the whole weekend, don't sleep on that one. It's a really invaluable workshop for those of you who are looking to really work with herbal medicine in frontline care.
I think the really exciting part of studying with Seven Song is that he really absolutely does it. He is in the trenches. He is out there doing emergency herbal medicine. And there's not a lot of people who can say that. Plenty of people learn bits, but to actually get out there and do it. And for years, I mean, the knowledge that he has, the physical, practical experience that he has is invaluable. I think that we are in for a huge treat. And I think everybody needs to take that class because who knows what's coming down the line and when we might need that knowledge, like tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, right. First time I met him was 2001 at a rainbow gathering for 100,000 people where he was running a huge clinic for the whole gathering. And I just like, he's been doing this a long time, running big clinics, free clinics, as well as emergency care clinics in, really hard to get to locations. So really powerful learning there. What about you, Holly? You gonna go to one of the intensives or are you gonna debrief?
Nope. I'll be taking down stuff as per usual, but I hope you guys do get to go out to some of those. I did want to mention that we are looking for more people for a work trade crew. So if you'd like to trade 10 hours of behind the scenes work with our team in exchange for a lesser cost on your gathering ticket, we'd love to have you. And you can check out on our website at herbconference.com all of the skill sets and smart people and people who have great math skills that can come and work with our team. We could really use some help because all four of us can't do everything at the gathering. So we really do need your support in helping those things and making the magic come alive. So we'd love to have you as part of our team if that's something that you're interested in as well.
It's always a great way to get involved. Well, we've taken up enough of your time. We hope that you join us at the gathering. Any closing thoughts, Colleen? Any closing thoughts? Anyone?
I'm just really so grateful to be able to do this work with my team. First and foremost, I just want to thank my team for all of our efforts towards the community of herbalism. And I want to thank the community of herbalism. I want to thank all of you for showing up to our events, for supporting what we do, so supporting, you know, our idea of resourcing our herbal community as a not-for-profit. You really matter, and we really want to show you that you matter by offering you the most amazing herbal gathering in the West Kootenays, in the Slocan Valley, in the little community of the Valican at the Valican Hole Community Center. It's a real interesting drive to get there, really interesting people along the way. I hope you'll come.
All right. We'll see you there, hopefully. And may the forest be with you. Till the next time.